We need to learn to find a safe space, and if not finding a safe space, we can also create a safe space. When you talk about safe spaces, whereby a place where you feel you're comfortable, a place where you feel you're emotionally, physically comfortable, a place where you feel like you're safe to express yourself, you're safe to share your ideas. No one is going to look down on you, whether it is gender, whether it is in any way discriminate you because of your tribe, discriminate you because of your level of education, and etc. Many of the challenges we are having currently is because we do not have the safe space. And finding a safe space is very much important. And this is something that you can decide and say, I want to find my safe space. And you can do that through so many ways. You can decide and say, my home will be my safe space. A place where you feel comfortable, a place where you unwind. So you can make your home a safe space. And when I talk about making your home a safe space, I'm not talking about the place, your house being very fancy and all those things. No. Actually, you can have a home which is very fancy with all these expensive items and not become your safe space. It's a place where very comfortable. The room can even be, you've put a mat and all this. It's a very safe space where you feel comfortable, where you can scream, you can do anything, so long as it's the right thing. A safe space. You can find a safe space even in your working place, whereby you have that person that you can really trust, and someone who understands you, someone that will not judge you, someone, even if they will correct you, they'll correct you with a lot of love. You can also do that. And I know someone is saying you cannot get anyone at workplace. I know it's very challenging. I know it's very challenging because sometimes you can have someone that you feel like they are very safe. They can keep your secrets, and then you find they're out. But I want to encourage you. You will not lack one or two friends who they can be your safe space. So it's very much important for you to have safe space, because that is something that we need. Because many of us, we are just confined to ourselves. And sometimes you find there are many things that are going through in our minds, in our hearts, and we just need somewhere to express ourselves. And definitely, we can definitely find safe space in God. Definitely in God, because God is our creator. He will not just hear about our issues. He knows them. He sees them even when we don't speak. So you can find safe space in God. But also, we can also find safe space in many different other places. I mean, possibly your car is a safe space where you can just take a nap. You can pray there. You feel very comfortable. It can be a person. It can be a place. And so find your safe space. A place where you can be able to relax. A place where you feel comfortable. And I want to ask you, what is your safe space? Let's interact in the comment section. How can someone get a safe space? Because when you get your safe space, it helps you to unwind, relax, and even be able to be all right socially, mentally. And that is something that we lack most of the time. It can be even in a recreational center. It can be in a place, in a park, where you feel very comfortable. And it's very much important for you to do that. You have to find a safe space. Possibly taking a walk, that can be your safe space, where you're just walking through a place, a park. Possibly you're within the town center. There's a park where you stay. Just find it. It depends. I mean, people are differently. Safe space for some people is just being alone, listening to some music, whether it is love songs, whether it is gospel songs, just name it. That they feel very safe. But above everything, it's good for us to have safe spaces, create safe spaces, even for the people we work with. Create a safe space, even in your family. If you are a dad, a mom, create safe space for your children where they can express themselves. And I think that is something that we really need in the setting of the family, because you'll find things happening in your family. And because there's no safe space, your kids need to express themselves. They need to share with you some of the things that are affecting them. And so you might be having some challenging situation in your family because there's no safe space. I mean, you meet as a family, but most of the time it's more about accusation, who has done mess on this. Create safe space for your family where guys can just openly and speak and say, this is what is happening. And when you do that, you'll be able to learn so many things from your kids. Let us create safe spaces for our places of work. If you're leading a team of group of people, create a safe space where staff can be able to express themselves and speak openly and say, this is what is happening. And you'll see a lot of changes. Let us create safe spaces in a working place. We need safe spaces even in our country. Most of the time we don't have safe spaces because you speak something and the moment it reaches to the person who is against it, then you're really in trouble. So let's create safe spaces in any place. Let us create safe spaces even in church, where members can just say, this is what we feel. Ultimately, the word of God is the ultimate one. Everyone has to be subject to the word of God. But I'm talking about safe space where by members can be able to say, we think we're not doing right in this area. We think we are not using our finances well. We think we have not given a priority to a particular thing. That safe space is very important because people will be able to express themselves without feeling intimidated, without feeling like someone is going to later have a case with them or take them to court. So let us ensure we create safe spaces, and it begins from personal, then groups, and all those things that I've mentioned. Let us create space, and above everything else, create a safe space for you. Yes, you need a safe space. I know you are saying I'm very safe with myself. Yes, but sometimes you might not be very honest with yourself. But have that place where you say, this is a time I need to be honest with myself. Whether it is your sitting room, your bedroom, name it. But the most important thing, safe space is very much important. Thank you guys, and see you in my next one.